of supporting successful reentry and second chances at life. So I have a guest speaker today, and if everybody would join me in welcoming her, Miss Katrina Vargo is joining us, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does and how she can help us in our endeavors moving forward.
Well, hi, Terry. You are Terry, correct?
I am Terry, yes.
Yes, because I haven't met you in person, but I was referred to you by Krisha Spears at a recent event. But thank you all for letting me speak to you today. That is awesome. So I don't know how many people are familiar with Sullivan University, but just to give you a little background, our main campus is in Louisville, and we have a branch in Lexington, and then we have the little satellite center in Louisa where I work out of. And next month will make us 9 years being in Louisa. So Sullivan's been around since the early 60s, started out as a little business school and evolved into what it is today. It is a private university like UPike and Kentucky Christian College and some of those. But most people who know anything about Sullivan have seen the the culinary commercials and that kind of thing, billboards. That's kind of what put us on the map. But as a matter of fact, I don't want to forget that. I just got notification the other day. They're going to be, I guess, recognizing somehow on the Super Bowl Sunday with some ads or something. I don't know about Sullivan University with, I think, the culinary deal or whatever. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, we're much more than just culinary. We don't offer everything under the sun, but that is one of the big programs that is, of course, is on site at Lexington and Louisville campuses, as is nursing and the medical, hands-on medical programs and that kind of thing. But we were doing online. I tell folks we were doing online before it was cool. We were doing it way back and before it became a thing. But all of the programs through the Louisa Center is completely online. And those range from different kinds of business programs, business accounting, business management, cybersecurity, human resource leadership, a lot of different things like that. And we also do have some medical related programs on the administration side, which is really popular if you're wanting to work, in the business end of healthcare, like health information management, even human resource leadership, which is regardless of what company you work for, just about every one of them, if they're of any size, has a human resource department. So that's a really popular program. We have criminal justice. That's another big one, which lets you go down a lot of different avenues with legal related fields, not just law enforcement, which a lot of people kind of think that's what it is, and it is, but it's a lot of different avenues with that. Attorney related jobs, probation and parole, homeland security, private security. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. So anyway, not to just spend all the time talking about all the programs, but you can go to the Sullivan website at sullivan.edu, and that will give you all of the information on all the programs that we offer, whether they be at Louisville, Lexington campuses and online. So now we do have a lot of short-term programs that y'all might be interested in. I talk to people about that. A lot of our partners that, work with clients that maybe are coming out of recovery or they're coming out of the probation parole system and they need to get back into the workforce. So that's a good way to get them some skills that are, make them marketable, make them employable with a short-term certificate or diploma. And, then if they like that or whatever, they can build on that and go on up to the associate's level and on up, depending on the program. So we do offer everything from a certificate and diploma all the way up to a doctorate, depending on what the program is. So most of our Sullivan students are adults. Most of them are adult learners. They're going back to finish a degree, or they need new job training, switching careers, The biggest part of them are coming back, to finish a degree somewhere. They've started somewhere else, life happened, and they're coming back to finish. Um, Most of our high school students that go to Sullivan from this area, most of them will always attend Lexington because it is closer, but some of them do go to Louisville. And I'm telling you, we started seeing. I used to work with our high school recruiter, and she would talk about Lexington campus, and I would, at the end of her presentation, I would talk about online, and we were starting to see a lot of high school graduates taking the online route, at least to get started, before they moved on. And you never know what somebody's situation is, whether they've got their family situation, maybe they can't leave home right away, or they just don't want to. And you all know our area. We are a rural, sheltered. A lot of our kids are sheltered, and just maybe are not ready to leave and go to a bigger place right away, a bigger city or whatever. And that's okay, and that's the beauty of online, is regardless of your situation, whether you're in a particular circumstance that prevents you from going on site anywhere, or it's just more convenient. It's perfect for people who are working, have a family, not, you don't have to go to a physical location. So, more and more colleges are going to the online route, of course. So it's nothing new, but it is very convenient and flexible. I realize it's not for everybody. Some people don't like that approach. But we also do have online tutoring. So that's available as well. Now, we did have classes prior at the Louisa Center. I don't know if we'll do that again, but if a particular need arose, for people who preferred a certain class, to be taught on site as opposed to online, if we had enough or whatever, we would do that. We've had, basic English, basic computers taught there in the past, but I don't know about going forward what they're going to do. Currently, I'm understaffed there, and I'm in outreach. So I am the outreach person for Sullivan University, at least in Eastern Kentucky. So I'm not in the office very much, maybe a day or two a week, depending on what all's going on. So it's my job to attend, vendor events, connect with businesses, organizations, speak to people like I'm doing with you all, and just put the word out there what we have available. Or some people still don't even know we're in Louisa. So, and don't feel bad if you don't. But anyway, so that's my job, and I love that. That's what I do, and I love that. But so we don't have a whole lot of foot traffic in the door, and but anyway, um, I'll get to some of that in a minute. Tell you about our place there, but we also operate a little bit differently. We're kind of non-traditional in a couple senses. One of them being that we operate on the quarter system, which means we basically have 4 starts a year instead of semesters. That allows our students to get out quicker, for one thing. The other thing is they're not on the same material for so long. Another thing we do is, with a traditional college or university, you'll see in the beginning, your first semester, your first quarter, or whatever, they want to get all your basics in, your math, science, English, history, and all that. And we do that too. But we also, from the very get-go, we will sprinkle in, throw in one of those core classes of your field. Most other colleges, you don't even get that till your junior year if you're taking a 4-year program. So we have found that keeps our students more interested, more engaged. It's helped our retention rate, especially with the young folks that are maybe staying on campus. If it's a pretty day, they're going to be more likely to skip those basic boring classes, as they might think. And the same thing, if it's raining one day, who's going to get up? But if they know they're going to be in a cop car in the criminal justice program, if they're going to be riding in a cop car that day, or if they're going to be making an ice sculpture or something, then they're going to be more inclined to go. So that helps with everybody, really. And I know it's a little different being online, as you're not physically there, but still you're going to get one of those core classes in the beginning that will kind of keep your interest. It helps, I think, to not be stuck on some of the basic stuff for so long. So we are SACS accredited, which is the same accreditation body as all of the colleges in Southeast United States, UK, Duke, Florida, Tennessee, all the Kentucky community college schools, ACTC, Big Sandy, all of those. We have the same accrediting body, so it makes transferring easy. We have a good relationship, a good transfer relationship with other schools. And I won't ever tell anybody 100% because you never know when some oddball class might pop up that's changed or something. But 99% of the time, it's good transferring situations. So we also accept all standard financial aid, just like everybody else. Um, so if somebody was interested in and enrolling with us, they would, even the online application, that's free. We don't charge anything for that application. You're sending college, if you're sending a transcript from another college, they charge probably about $20 or so. I don't know what it is now, 20 or maybe 30, to send that to be evaluated, but we don't charge anything to evaluate it. So we also, another thing, well, going back to some of the programs, like I said, we have a lot of different things to choose from, even though we don't have everything under the sun. But it is a solid, I think, good base of programs that you might be interested in, or your clients might be interested in. We also, a thing I love to, it's another thing I do, and I love that part of my job, is we offer employer partnerships. And the standard employer partnership discount is 15%, but our regional tuition discount that we have in 12 counties, and I don't know if I've said that yet or not. I don't think I got to that point. We offer a tuition discount in 12 counties, which includes Wayne, which I guess you're out of Rochester. Are you out of Wayne County?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're all neighbors right across the river from us. We offer that in Wayne County, West Virginia as well. And that is a 20% regional discount. Now, Lawrence Countyans gets 30% if you have anybody in Lawrence County. And we offer that because we have the facility there, and that was negotiated as part of the with the county, because our facility is part, we're attached, if you know anything about the area, or if you don't, our building is in the old annex of the courthouse downtown Louisa. So that is county owned, and we have a partnership with them, where we offer that 30% to Lawrence Countyans. But the employer partnership, getting back to that, so where that comes in is, for instance, if there is a company that maybe they're headquartered outside of one of these 12 counties, or even if they are headquartered in one of these, but they have locations in, other states, even other counties or other states, that won't fall into one of these 12 county discount situations, we can do partnerships with that, where it will include that 20%. I guess it was the summer before last. I think it was June, a couple years ago. I signed one with ARH, which is huge. Y'all know they've bought every hospital pretty much around except Three Rivers and King's Daughters and maybe a few couple others, but they have only over 6,500 employees. So what that means is, not only are the employees going to be getting that discount regardless of where they're located, but it extends to their immediate family, to their spouses, children, siblings, regardless of where they live. So, most people who work at a larger company like that's going to have a pretty good job anyway. But, even if they don't need it, their immediate family might. And that is really the big benefit of that. And well, the other thing too, for employees, companies that offer, especially like a lot of hospitals and things that offer tuition reimbursement. And there's a lot of other companies that do that too. You know, that would help, pay for your advancing your degree or getting something different that you need, some kind of different training. So you can check into that. Let's see, what else? So like I said, yeah, I work in outreach. I focus on those 12 counties, that we have the discount in. And basically, all those counties are pretty much everything, everyone up and down 23 goes. We go up as far as all of Pike County and down as far all the way down to Greenup County, and then outward to Martin County and McGoffin and Morgan. So basically all the surrounding counties and including Wayne County, West Virginia. And so I focus on those counties, but I'm not confined to just those. I will go, outside of those counties, especially the ones that are adjacent to them, because, there may be people that live in that county, but they work somewhere else, so I pretty much can go anywhere. So I wanted to let y'all know, I would be really appreciative if you let me know of any vendor events that you guys be put on your contact list, Terry, for everything that you
Yes.
guys are might be doing, or other agencies that that are going to be doing some kind of event, a vendor event, because that's what I do. And another thing, our space at the Louisa Center, it's basically it's a big classroom that used to be a big courtroom. So they turned when they located there, they turned the courtroom into a classroom. So we do host events there, and we've done workshops there in the past. So even if we don't offer particular academic classes there, we do other things, and we can also are very happy to host uh, meetings and trainings from other businesses, agencies, or whatever there. And because that's a win-win for everybody. When we have something there, I speak about 5 or 10 minutes beforehand or afterwards about Sullivan, and give the little spiel about us. And so, that provides us with an opportunity to speak to potential students, people might be interested in further information about Sullivan, as well as whoever, the attendee is, whoever the company or business is. So it gives them an opportunity to maybe be in a different location. And I like to schedule people with different, it doesn't have to be just a business oriented or particularly oriented event. I mean, we can do different things because we like to. Another thing that does is open up, the community, our local community, to bring in that foot traffic. Um, so yeah, if any of y'all would be interested in hosting an event there, or a training, or whatever you needed to do, that would be fantastic. All you'd have to do is get in touch with me, and I can put I think you've got my information, Terry, but I can put it in the chat if anybody would like my contact information.
Oh, yes, definitely. Put it in the
Yeah,
chat for
yeah, I'll
sure.
put that in there. And I guess that's about it. Now I'll also share, let's see, where do I have that at? I don't have that out right in front of me. I'll share some material with you that you can send out to the group. We got a brand new flyer out that lists all of our programs, both on site and online, all the campuses and all that. It's a front and back flyer. But like I said, you can also go to the Sullivan website at sullivan.edu, and you can find all of the programs, the classes listed, and all the campus information if somebody would be interested, or you have anybody interested in Lexington or Louisville campuses, as well as the online stuff. So you can check that out. And if I can be any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to put my contact information in here. And yeah, just put me on your all's contact list for vendor events or anything that you need, and I'd be happy to help any way that I can. So I guess that's about it, Terry. We got an event coming up next Saturday on the 15th. If we don't have no crazy weather, you guys. Mean, I don't know if y'all. January just about killed me. It just about killed me, and now we're dealing with floodwaters. I got trapped yesterday. I had to be over in Elliott County. I went through 32 from Louisa to Sandy Hook, and the water was getting close to the road. But I thought, well, I'll have time to get over there and come back, because it wasn't going to last that long. And I come back, and I couldn't get through. They had it blocked off. I'm like,
I
are you
could
kidding?
not believe it. The rain, the Route 60 was
Uh,
flooded.
yeah,
And Witter Park, that's where I'm close to. I was
yeah.
like,
It's dangerous. It truly is. And I had to find another way out there. I'm like, man, if I'm trapped on the other side, I guess I'll be camping out somewhere tonight. I don't know. But had to go out through Grayson. But
well, thank you for your information. Does anybody have any questions for Katrina?
Karina, I just wanted to say thanks for coming, and and you and I have worked together for 10 years probably in various
yes.
capacities over those times. So
Yep.
was glad to run into you again. So
Yeah, and thank you so much for telling me about this and connecting me to Terry.
yeah.
That's what it's all about, you guys. This networking is just so valuable. I love that. For me, that's just as important as me recruiting leads for the school and stuff. This networking is just awesome, and the resources that are out there available to people. It truly is a great thing.
So I put
Yeah,
over in the chat the link so that you can sign up to get on our listserv. Plus, then
Great.
you can choose whichever councils if you want to do this council. Canal is probably kind of far for you, but just fill in that link, and then you'll get any of the flyers about any announcements that we have. Plus, you'll
Okay.
get a reminder for this meeting too if you want to join it. So
Okay. Yeah, and this, like I said, we have an event. We're hosting an event next Saturday at the school, providing the weather doesn't do anything really crazy. And it is actually a natural healing healthcare info session. This is some amazing stuff here, and I'm excited to be a part of that. But so that's going to be from 12 to 2, Saturday the 15th, downtown Louisa at Sullivan Satellite site. So if y'all want to attend that, that would be great. And yeah, if you ever want to schedule an event or a training or anything, just let me know.
excellent. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely.
Yeah,
reentry simulations there at Katrina's site she and I are both on the Kentucky side with the 5 co-reentry council for Boyd, Carter, Greenup, Elliott, and Lawrence. So we have done reentry simulations there at her site. So it's a good location.
Yep. Convenient. I'm trying to put this information in here. Let's see. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions or anything, or I could answer or discuss or?
I'm just going to say this. I'm always trying to get my clients to go back to school, even if it's just to get started, towards some certificates or, learning something to get them employable. So
Right.
it's not
Absolutely.
always like, sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to go to Marshall University, but
Yeah,
this might be
that's
a better
exactly what
option.
that's exactly what I was saying a minute ago is that especially kids from, or people, not just kids, but just people from small town. I prefer that. I like small, I like small groups. I like individual, you know, uh, consultations. I like that kind of thing. And even if like, you had any younger people or anybody that was going to Lexington campus or Louisville campus, when I started this job or when I was training for this job, I had to be at both of those campuses to learn about everything. And I was so impressed that both of them are small. I mean, the class sizes are small, very friendly, very personable. So I was like, man, if I'd known about this when I graduated high school, I could definitely see myself having gone here. I went to Moorhead, which is a great school too, but yeah, even though it's a larger city, it's a small school. I like that, but the online, that is really flexible and fits into a lot of people's lives, whether they're working or whatever. So, yeah,
And then, like Terry was saying, thinking about college, you don't have to look at it as 4 years. Let's break it down into a short-term certificate that may be as short as 8 weeks. And
exactly.
nurse aid or phlebotomy or something like that. And that's going to take you from, you know, 7.25 up to 10 something, you know, and that's just your gateway into, you know, getting more employment, better pay, and then boost your self-confidence of, hey, I took the, you know, I completed this. Let's go on and see how far we can get. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say, you know, most of my clients are incarcerated, but the prison system has really stepped it up, and they're actually putting these kids and adults through college in there. I mean, so that gives them a good start. But coming out, you know, they probably do want to finish their degree or, you know, find something that they love. So big
second,
shout out to the DCR.
yeah, and Second Chance Pell will help pay for things. So, you know, there's money available now. Now,
Excellent.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my video, it had got disconnected or something. I just couldn't get back on the screen. But anyway, I put my contact information. Yeah, technical difficulties right here, y'all. I put my email and I put my cell phone because we've been having some trouble with that office phone anyway, and then I'm not there biggest part of the time anyway. So I have everybody contact me on my cell or email. But yes, whoever was talking about those short-term programs. And another thing, you guys, I don't know what all agencies are represented here, but you know, we work closely with the workforce development with the Northeast Community Action Agency. And I know Big Sandy has the same programs, but you know, it's under that Kentucky Career Center umbrella. And like, you know, they have that storms grant where they will pay for, and I think that covers any age. You have to just not be employed 12 weeks before that program, and they'll pay for, you know, training and tuition. And then they have that 18 to 24-year-old out of school, or out, you know, people's not going to school or not working. So, you know, we've actually had an intern or two that was through that program. So we also do that. So we love to partner, you know, where we can with other agencies or whatever to, my goodness, you know, if there's somebody who's wanting to go to school and they can get their tuition paid for with some assistance, you know, other than financial aid, if they do financial aid plus some assistance with some kind of agency, well, that's tremendous. Now let's see, the diploma, I think on our diplomas, because I think it's 56 credit hours, that is, you can get some assistance with the financial aid with those, but the certificates, I don't think you can, because they're only like 32 credit hours. It's so short. But there again, you know, that could be paid for with some agency assistance. I'm sure that you all probably know more about that than I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of school assistance for people who are in recovery. A
Yeah.
lot of them can get degrees for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just did going back to like the events and stuff that we host. I hope to do a lot more of that this year. We had I'll tell you, we had issue with our building with air conditioning. It took them some time to get the air conditioning fixed. So that was fixed, at least on one side. My office is cold, but the classroom was warm and the air conditioning is working over there. So that kind of put me behind doing some events last year. But we just had, before Christmas, I think it was in November, we had, can't think of her name right off, but she was with the Mountain Prevention Center through Mountain Comp. And they did, it was the mental health first aid certificate. I'm telling you, that was a great thing. So people who participated in that session and that training, they also received like a 2-year certification in mental health first aid certificate. So, you know, of course that was good for people who wanted to get into that field, but I mean, just for people who want to know more and recognize the signs of mental health, possible suicidal people and that kind of thing. I mean, it was open to everybody and it was free. You know, they offered that free because they got some grant funding to do that. We hosted it, and that was a good turnout. We had some people who couldn't attend. I know some of the art folks, they were wanting to send they weren't able to come that day, but we had people asking if we could offer it again. So I'm going to get with them later and see. I'm sure if their funding source is still there, you know, they said they would do that again. So But anything like that, that's another great thing for the community, and it's a win-win.
Yep. So does anybody else have any events or anything they would like to share?
Just remember that the listening sessions are going on. I'll put the link here in the chat in just a minute. Those are people sharing their stories and, telling about, where they have been and where they are now. So listen to that for some advocacy. And then, the other thing I'll drop in the chat is, we've talked about it in some of the other councils that without being political, things are changing every day. We don't know what is going to happen. So I will put in the chat some emails for your local legislators if you feel compelled to reach out to them and say, we work with very, very vulnerable populations, and we can't do that without funding. So.
I just met a lady yesterday with the event that I had to be at. Actually, it was the interagency meeting over in Elliott County. And her story was amazing. I mean, she now works for, I think it was, I don't know if it's some division of Cabinet for Health and Human Services or what. I forget exactly what she does. Was KTAP. She's working with KTAP now, but she told her story. She at one time was even homeless. And she was from Ohio. I don't know all the details, but she just, said, people had how she was treated and everything. And even from being away from here, she got some people who didn't, just wasn't treated very well. And then she worked through all that, and she got some education skills and different things like that. And she through some of these programs is my point. She was assisted through some of these programs and was able to get her education that she wanted. And, now she's working for them. And it was just a really good story. And that makes you feel good when you see people that are being helped and are, just benefiting from these services and have come such a long way. So it does work. If they want it to.
Yeah, yes, it absolutely does work. That's for sure. And, wanting it to and knowing how to accept that and get, you just have to get to that space to where you finally realize that it's okay to do something with yourself, I mean, that could be a hard place to find sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard for me. I was pretty much on the wrong end of everything for most of my life. I mean, I went to prison when I was 35 years old, and never in my wildest dreams imagined that would change my whole life. I mean, I went to college for the first time. Now I got out, I volunteered with the Reach Initiative because I couldn't get a job other than fast food. And that was after graduating from Marshall University. So they finally said, you know what, we're going to give her a job. I mean, she's really working hard.
That's fantastic.
So,
That's
yeah.
fantastic. And the confidence, when people take these little steps and they succeed in this or that, then the confidence that builds in them to take the next step or try something a little more advanced, and so it's just all hand in hand. It's so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yep.
Okay, so today is National Go Red Day for Heart Health Awareness.
Okay.
Danica just shared that. Well, if we don't have anything else, I will give you all the rest of your day back.
Well, thank you all so much for
Yeah,
taking the time to listen to me.
No, it was wonderful. You were enthusiastic. You were a pleasure to listen to.
Thank you so much. And thanks for
You're
being a
welcome.
part of it. And yeah, if I can ever help anybody with anything, just let me know. And we love to partner with anybody that we can and just trying to make a difference.
Absolutely. I'll definitely save your number.
All righty, dear. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
You too.
Yeah, too.